invite people again. Invite, copy invitation. Can you please copy this? I'm gonna put it into the chat here. Please copy this link to Big Blue Button. Can you please do that? Because on my end, there's something wrong. I don't even see the messages or anything. So if you copy paste this and share with others, that will be great. Do you have any questions about the exercise? Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
You
Everything was
understand what I'm
perfect.
doing here?
Yes, yes. I was able to follow through.
Okay, so make sure that you copy paste this to the channel, Big Blue Button. Maybe some people are not getting the invitation. Make
Okay.
sure that they all get the new invitation, please. Okay.
Okay, cool.
In the next part, I'm going to show you how you can create a list box. So I hope this exercise is clear. So it's working. I'm going to stop here, obviously, because I completed it. So what it does is, as to show you once again, it just comes with a normal image, whatever that is. You can click on the male and female, select the gender, press on submit, and display it. Now let's go and create a new form, new project. This one I'm just going to call it list box. And in here, I'm going to create a list box exercise. So that we can work on it. I'm going to create in the toolbox basically a button, a group box, a text box, and make this group box bigger than usual. And perhaps a label would do just fine as well. So putting it down up there. And also putting a label just to show the stuff. And just gonna put this as the item name. You're gonna see how basically a group box, a list box work. We will be able to add the items here. So maximizing this a little bit further. Yeah, it looks nice to me now. So this one and this one and there. So it's like an item name, button, whatsoever. And here we're gonna put add items to this box. So what we're gonna do in this exercise is we'll be able to add some items into our box. So we did the multiple forms exercise before. There are more exercises that you can complete. Obviously, I'm not gonna complete every single one of them, but I would rather expect you to approach me and tell me that sorry, I didn't understand this part or whatsoever. And if you don't do that, guys, I'll just do random stuff. So it is up to you to approach me and ask me questions in these sessions, because I already upload you videos. I already have an extensive descriptive slides which explain the topic very clearly. So it's up to you to build up this and approach me with questions rather than me doing random stuff here, because I don't even see your faces. I don't know if you are confused or if you don't understand anything. It should be you being more expressive right now at these times. So I'm going to skip this part and jump into the list box, because technically these are the parts that we did before about multiple forms exercises, and show you how you can play around with the list box. So you can kind of like drag and drop a list box from there, and you can add items to it. And each item being added, it's going to be basically forming a list. So once again, the first thing you should do is to name these items. Always when you create your components, make sure to name them. TXT item name. We can put the collection of listbox as listbox items. And the button, which is once again, I'm gonna call it button add this time. I'm just gonna call it add. That's the text inside, so I'm just gonna call it add. And just name it to the button add. So just by adding these features, we'll be able to add to the list box itself. The list box is list box items, text item name, and add. So whenever you clicked on this one now, we're gonna take up a validation to make sure that something is already added. So I'm gonna put a string data type and say that item name, and this will be initialized to this. You don't have to type this. If you hate this word, just don't type it. It's fine. txt name dot text dot to string. Once this is done, now that you converted into the string, we can check out the state and say something like, if the item name dot length is less than or equals to 0, and display an error message. You can use an error provider like the one that we did before, or a message box, whichever one you like. And I'm going to show a message box telling user that please enter an item name. Display the error message. Message box, buttons, and OK button will be selected. Let me just pull this on the side so you can see it better. And message box icon, which is going to be an error message. Once we displayed it, we can also set up the focus to the txt item name. We can set up the focus to make sure. And if you want to do the validation separately, all you have to do is just copy paste this into another function, like error check. You can put it in there and put a void there if you want to, and copy paste the code. All you have to do is to call the error check now in here and make sure that this one is going to work. Okay, you can even pass a string value there if you want to. Item name and string item name, and it will take that up, as you can see, and check it up. You can also return a Boolean value if there is no error. If you want to return a Boolean value, blue is validated, initially true. And if there's an error, this will be false, and you will return it. Return is validated. And this will only work when there is no error validation. So you can simply copy paste now this in here, and it will only work when there is a validation. Now, when we come here and run the program, let's see what it does. So I don't type anything in here, and it says, please enter an item name. And it just makes sure that it is focused, you see? You cannot skip the step until you enter an item name. Once this is done, we're gonna come in there and make sure that now that the item name is entered, we can add it to our list. So how do we do that? You can simply type the list box name, list box items, items, add, which then you can immediately add the name, which is the item name in this case. So if you type an item name now, and it should be added to the list. So currently I don't type anything, I get the error message, and I go into and type books and add it, and the item is there. Now I can add another item, pencils. I can add another item, notebook, and so forth. As you can see, each time I press, a new item is being added to the list. Any questions up to here? Anything you don't understand, you would like to ask? Is it clear? Can you follow? No one is talking. It's like I'm talking to walls.
So I can follow, but I already followed the tutorial on your YouTube channel. You posted something similar already on your YouTube channel.
Yes, exactly, gentlemen. Exactly my point. Thank you. Because you are not asking questions. You wonder why. This is the course content. If you don't approach me and ask me questions, I'm going to keep solving the same exercises because this is the content of the course. You should be the one approaching me and asking me questions. If I do those videos, why am I repeating myself? That is exactly what I'm wondering as well. But since you just sit there and not do anything, I keep doing the same thing because this is what I'm supposed to teach this term. Do you understand the dilemma? This is not some kind of spoon feeding to you, okay? I'm very stressed here. You don't understand the stress that I'm going through. You just sit there and watch, but I don't have any control over you anymore because we are not in a classroom. Do you understand the struggle that I'm going through? Okay, you need to be a little bit more active now because we are not seeing each other. You need to approach me, you need to ask me questions, you need to come up with problems that you are facing. You just sit there and listen to me. So what I do, I just open my screen and solve similar exercises because that is the course content. Do you understand it? The dilemma?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah. The thing is, you need to watch those videos, as you mentioned. You need to come here and because of your assignment or because something you saw on the internet or because you didn't understand anything, you can come and ask me questions, but you don't do that at all. Right now, I see 21 participants. No one is talking. No one is asking anything. So why am I here? What am I doing? I already did that part, as you mentioned in the videos. So what are we doing here? Just wasting our time? Like, I'm gonna complete these exercises. I'm not gonna do any more sessions this week because, like, as I did the videos, I think they're very clear, very enough for you. Okay, whenever you have questions, you can send me an email. Next week, I'm gonna keep up the next session and look if I have any questions, if you have any questions. Because right now,
Okay,
what
sir.
I'm doing is I'm coming here, solving the same exercises, solving the similar exercises, because that is the course content. I can't solve anything different than this, because this is what you have to know, okay? And I
Yes, sir.
already did the YouTube tutorials, so I'm not quite sure why am I solving these exercises over and over again. So I 100% agree with you. I have no idea why am I doing this, because I already did it in the YouTube tutorial. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. I'm gonna complete this now and be done with it. And I'm not gonna do any more sessions this week. I don't have to, because I already uploaded the videos for you. And
On
if you
YouTube.
have no questions, then I'm not gonna set up any more sessions. You just focus on the assignment and I'll give you another one. When you complete that one, I'll give you another assignment. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Good, cool. Let me just complete this one. As soon as I make sure that this one is worked, I'm gonna clear the item to make sure that this is cleared now. And just gonna put a clear item in here underneath. So I'm gonna expand this list. Just gonna put it over there and open up the properties. And call it button clear. Now, when you double click on it, we will clear all the items in the list. You can do that with one statement. These are also given to you in the slides. List box items. Clear. So just gonna run this application. So I'll keep adding new items in here, like pencils. Oops. Add books. Pens. And if I want to clear it, you can clear them now. It's a nice idea when you press on the clear button, you trigger a message box before you clear it and ask the user to clear everything before they do. Such as you can copy paste a message box like this. And are you sure you want to clear it? You need to ask this because clear is an irreversible process. Once you clear it, you cannot take it back. Warning. So the item group can be yes and no, the icons, the box button, sorry, and you can put a warning message here. Now you can put this into an if box and say that if this is dialog result yes, which is the yes button is being clicked, then you can clear it. You don't even need the brackets, but you can put it there. And if you don't, then it doesn't clear. So building up the solution now and adding the items again. And I'm gonna make this one the top 3 because it's much easier for me to go with the keyboard. So going down to the top place. Where is it? This one. So I'm gonna make this 1 and this one 0. This one, 0, 1, 2, 3. This should be 2. And this should be 3. Now I think the tabs will work absolutely fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that it taps now. It's much easier for me to move around. So pencils. And we can come here, pens and books. Now if I want to clear it, it will pop up a message. Are you sure you want to clear all items? I press no, and it didn't clear it, as you can see. And when I press on yes, now it clears it. So this is how you play around with this. All of this information, as my friend said, is absolutely right. As he said, this information is already uploaded to you on YouTube. I already put messages in here, like explaining step by step. Do you know how difficult it is for me to create all these slides, support the channel of through YouTube? I don't think any of your lecturers do this kind of stuff for you. So please take up this as advantage. I provide you these exercises. I put you the answers. I put videos for you. So these sessions that I keep is just for you to approach me and ask me questions, because everything is already there, okay? And you are given an assignment already. So you need to focus on finishing on that one, because you have exactly 1 week to submit it now. Okay? And I was expecting you to come and ask me questions about your assignment, about maybe you couldn't do the multiple forms, or maybe something else, and no one is asking any questions. So as my friend said, I just keep doing the same thing. Now there are questions. Finally, by the end of the session, you decided to ask questions. Okay, I'm gonna give you some rights. Neville, can you please talk?
Yes, sir. About the assignment, right?
Yeah.
The multiple form, there's one form which looks like the user input side and then the user output. When the user inputs the data, should the output be displaying this data in real time, or should the user first of all click something to show all this information they've entered?
Good question. First of all, you need to fill the form without any problems. It doesn't need to be live. It doesn't need to show immediately. Once you have pressed the submit button, and if there are no errors on your form, then it will show it, okay? So it shouldn't be like one by one or lively showing it. It should be like you complete the form entirely and then it shows it. Does it make sense?
Yes, and when you click clear field, it clears both forms, both sides of the forms, right?
Yes, it should be. I mean, the clear form on the side, on the left side, should clear the entry form, not necessarily the profile form.
Okay. Just the entry side, okay.
Finally, I see a lot of hands. Finally, wants to talk to me. Okay, I'm gonna give Abdallah, lowering your hand if you wanna talk.
I can talk now?
Yes, you can.
My question is concerning the email validation. It's not clear for me and I cannot apply it.
It's already given to you as a guideline in the course. Okay.
Yes.
There are more than one email validation. That is just the one that I used when I created the assignment. You don't have to use exactly the same. Okay. You can go above and beyond, use a completely different email validation that is given to you as an example, rather than you are not forced to use any of those things that I put in there. I actually encourage you to seek more solutions. So as long as you do the email validation, I am okay with it. Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Finally. Now I'm happy. Kongon. Yes, Kongon, I'm listening. Maybe it's a mistake. He doesn't want to talk. I don't know. Okay, Sophie.
question. Down at the assignment where you have to, where the checklist has to be shown, that's where the result of the checklist has to be shown. There's a statement there I don't understand. You said user can be not interested in any of the choices. I don't know if the user must pick one or it's possible he cannot pick it.
When you create a checkbox, it is possible that the user might not be interested in any of them, or it could be interested in all of them. So you are supposed to make it, the code, in a way that it's not enforcing the user to pick up a choice, pick up one of those choices, but they could also select multiple of them, okay? So it's not like female and male that you can only select one. You know, in the checkbox, you can select multiple options. And if they select multiple options, these will be visible in the profile. And if they don't select any of this, it won't display anything on the profile. So it's not going to be something you're going to validate, but it's going to be something that you will allow the user to optionally select one or more choices. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Chakano, you want to talk? What's so funny?
No, there is someone raising his hands. His name is Joseph. I told him that I should raise his hands in the participant. He couldn't, and he's still raising his hands in the video.
Yeah, I don't check the video, so I don't see it. Anyway,
yeah, I told
when he discovers it, he's studying information technology or whatsoever. When he discovers how he raised his hand, he can talk. Furkan. Yes, Furkan. Any questions? Furkan doesn't want to talk. Okay, Devran.
Can you hear me or not?
Yes, I can hear you.
I want to ask something about the clear button. If you want to clear what I choose it, how can we do? Actually, I didn't check the PDF of the model. Maybe answer is
yeah, you should check every time that you talk to me, gentlemen. You should check the resources first. Okay. The resources are there not for decoration. If the answer is there, please don't ask it to me, okay? But for one time, I'm gonna answer your question. Just repeat it very plain and you know, louder, because I'm having hard time to hear you.
Thank you.
Ask me again.
How can we clear what I choose it on the list box, on the results?
How do you clear what you choose on the results?
Yes. Example, if I choose it, if I write it, excuse me, if I edit maybe books and after pencils, and if I want to clear only books, how can we do?
Are you talking about the exercise that we completed, or are you talking about?
Yes. No.
You can basically select the first component and remove the selected component. I'm going to show you how you can do it in the slides. There's actually a slice for it. So once you have selected it, okay, you can clear it up. And how do you do that? Is that there's a property called selected item inside the item. So it allows you to look up into the selected item and just clear that one. Okay, so that's how it works. Like, you can put up the selected item or selected index, which shows the item number, and it allows you to clear that. Okay. It's better if you do it with the selected index so that you would know. But as you select these items itself, you can remove the selected index. So just going back to this exercise, we can copy paste this. It's running, sorry. You can put another button here should you want to. and we can go to the properties, remove selected item. Here, and this one I'm just going to name it as clear all list box or list. So whenever you select this, we can go into the properties button, item, and you need to find now which one is being selected. Okay, that is the part that you need to find out. So if you need to remove the item that is selected, so what you need to type is list box items remove at the selected index, whatever that is. So our list box name is list box items. I'm going to find items. I'm going to put remove at, or you can also use remove depending on the which type you basically use. And we're going to remove the one that is basically selected. Okay, so the selected index, whatever that is, will be removed. So let's try to run this thing if this is going to work for us. I have to add some stuff in it. And I clicked on one of them and I removed it. Can you see that? I clicked on it, press on the remove selected item and remove it. I can add more. And selecting one. Can you follow?
Yes.
I can press on this and remove one by one. Okay. So the code is just one line. You select the list box items, remove at, and then you remove the selected index. All right,
Okay.
gentlemen, does that answer your question?
Yes. Thank you
It's
very
also
much.
in the slides, slide number 15, you can see removing an item from list box. If you go to slide number 15, you'll see the code there already. All right. Now I'm going to take up the next question. Joseph, I only have 3 minutes left, Joseph, so ask it.
Okay, hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, about the assignments, I'm almost done, but in the aspect where the interest, anytime I click on submit, it appears. But if I clear my selection and try it again, the previous selection always adds to the new one. I don't know how to correct that.
I don't know what you are talking about. Maybe you should send me an email with the image, okay? Because if I don't see it, it's very difficult for me to answer that question. I don't see your form. I don't know what's going on. Maybe send me an email, okay? And
Okay, sir.
I'll look into it, all right? Because right now,
Okay.
if I show me on a picture, like drawing it with a red line or whatever, what your error exactly is, I can answer to that question better. So I'm going to end up the session in 1 minute now, okay? And I'm going to do a next section next week at the same time before your submission, okay? So that will be
okay,
like, yeah, before your submission.
Thank
so
you.
You're welcome. Last question. Yes. Anyone who wants to ask question? Yes, any questions? No? Yes, I'm lowering your hand. You can talk now if you want to.
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, tell me, what is the problem?
Yeah, if concerning the assignment, if we have multiple combo boxes and we trigger the form load, can we code all the combo boxes in that same form load, or we have to trigger the form load as many times as the combo boxes that we have in the code in the form?
You can have multiple combo boxes. Yes, there's no problem with that. Yeah, so you can load them, yes. The answer to your question is yes. Look, I have less than 1 minute now. Let me just create another session for you. Okay, I'm gonna stop it now because the video is ending. And I'll take you again.